Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to install Zabbix on Rocky Linux. We will be using MariaDB for a database and Apache HTTPD as a web server. At the end, we will secure the web interface with HTTPS using a self-signed certificate. Alright guys, I have prepared a Rocky Linux here, Rocky Linux 9, and I want to start this server and set IP address on this server and going to install the Zabbix on this server. I prepared a document in my GitHub repository. Type github.com/imanjokar on repository, on Zabbix, here on installation, on section 1.2 setup Zabbix Apache HTTPS, like this. First of all, go to the below website and find the most MariaDB LTS version support. Okay, I open this website, come here to the end of life.date of each version. For MariaDB, you can see the LTS version of the MariaDB available is here. 10.11 ends in 2 years and 11.4 ends in 3 years and 11.8 ends in 2 years. Okay, I choose 11.4. so let's go to MariaDB website, MariaDB here, download MariaDB server repositories, choose Red Hat Enterprise 9 and choose MariaDB server version 11.4 because 11.4 has 3 years and 6 months, ends in community support. And you can choose another mirror. I want to choose this mirror. I think this mirror is stable, and let me log into this server and first of all set up an IP address here, 85 180 and all okay, and come here and you can see the IP address is 192.168.85.180. Open the movie extern and here this is a fresh Rocky Linux OS cat etc os-release. You can see the Rocky Linux 9 version 6 and this is the Rocky Linux, and I don't have installed any packages. This is a fresh OS. DNF update, you have to run DNF update in all your servers to up-to-date all the packages. Alright guys, let's install some necessary tools, NetTools, Vim, and I think that's enough for me. Now come here, it says to create a file in the directory in etc yum.repos.d called mariadb.repo. Okay, etc, change directory to etc yum.repos.d and called mariadb.repo, and copy this information and paste in this file, and then run dnf make cache to update all repository index to our Linux server, and then back here like this, dnf clean all, dnf make cache, and dnf install MariaDB server and MariaDB client like this. Okay, wait a little until this process ends, and press Y to install the MariaDB server and MariaDB client. I'll agree with the GPG key. Okay, now we need to secure our MariaDB. MariaDB comes with a default setting that are fine for testing but not safe for production. We set a strong root password, remove anonymous users, disable remote root login, and remove the test database. This ensures our database is secure and ready for Zabbix. But how can I do this? Don't worry about it. We will going step by step together. We're going forward. Wow. Code $. Okay guys. systemctl enable -- no MariaDB and run netstat. You can see the MariaDB server is running. systemctl status MariaDB, yes. First of all, we need to secure our database. Run this script, MariaDB secure installation, enter the current root password. I don't have any root password at this moment. Enter for none. I only press enter. Okay. Switch Unix socket authentication. I press yes. Change root password, yes. I change root password here. I press I enter a strong password. Remove anonymous user, yes. And disallow root login remotely, yes. And remove test database and reload all privileges. Okay. Now our DB a little ready for production use. Then we have to go to the Zabbix website on packages, Zabbix server 7 LTS, choose Rocky Linux version 9, Zabbix server components, server frontend agent, database MySQL, and web server Apache. Come here. I don't have any installed EPEL on my server. Add the Zabbix server repository. Here, DNF clean all and DNF make cache, and install like this all the component of Zabbix. Okay, after installing Zabbix, we need to create the Zabbix database and users. Okay, I mean, we create a dedicated database for Zabbix and give it a user with a strong password. This user will be used by Zabbix to connect to the database. This step is important to keep things organized and secure. Let's stay for finish the installation of the Zabbix. Wait some time and stay tight, hang tight. Okay guys, once installed, and we have to create Zabbix DB and a user which permit and grant this user to the Zabbix DB, and we import the initial database schema. This set up all the tables and default data that Zabbix needs to function. Okay, come here in Zabbix, log into the database, okay, and create a database like this. Show databases. You can see we don't have any DB named Zabbix. I create a database with this command and show database. You can see the Zabbix here, but you can't see any database name called Zabbix. And we create a Zabbix user which only can log in on localhost identified by this password. I don't change this password because this is my test environment, but in production I use a strong password. I always use a strong password, guys. And then grant all privileges on the Zabbix database to this user. Which user? This user we created in the last command. And then set this variable to 1, okay, and log out from the database, and from the zcat we will import the Zabbix schema to the Zabbix database with the user Zabbix and the password which we provided here, okay, this password. You can see my CPU and all done. Echo $, and you can see, first of all, we have to disable this variable, and now you can see all the Zabbix schema were created. You can see show tables. Wow, professor, problems, OP group, MFA, ID, hosts, host group, host templates, housekeepers. Okay guys, and quit from the database and come here, and you can open this Zabbix server configuration and add the DB password. Zabbix server.conf, find DB password, and add the password here. Password. Now we have to enable the Zabbix server service. Alright guys, open a web browser and type the Zabbix server IP address. We need to add firewall rules firewall cmd dash dash list all and firewall cmd dash dash add port HTTP dash dash permanent and 443 firewall cmd dash dash reload. Okay guys, yes, and slash Zabbix, you can see here. Next, okay, we need to install another package in our server on repository on Zabbix on installation. You need to install glibc lang pack en. If you install this package, you can't see this error. Okay, next, and in this step we need to pass the Zabbix password here and done. Monitoring YouTube. Default time zone, I'm free with this UTC and change them to the dark. And congratulations, our Zabbix installation was successfully installed. Now the problem is this works on HTTP, not HTTPS. Okay, I want to secure the web server using HTTPS by adding a self-signed certificate. Okay guys, to secure the web interface, we create a self-signed SSL certificate. The certificate allows us to use HTTPS so that all communication between the browser and the Zabbix is encrypted. When they configure Apache to use this certificate, we enable SSL for the web server and test the path to the certificate and the private key. Come here